Hey, how you doing? Jonnythegamer here, and in today's video we're going to be taking you to the Game On Expo here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be a lot of panels. I know Metal Jesus Rocks is going to be there, Radical Reggie, Pixel Game Squad, just all kinds of YouTubers, and yeah, I'm so excited. We're going to grab some coffee before we head over there, and then yeah, we're just going to do some shopping, going to do a little filming, going to hopefully get some good pickups today. So this is the shop we went to downtown to get our caffeine fix. We have to get coffee before we do literally anything, it is known. Get a shot of my cute girl. Hello. So she got a matcha, a lavender matcha, right? Honey lavender matcha latte. And then I got a same thing but coffee, not matcha. And then the moment finally arrived, we made it to the expo. I was so happy. It was a very nice venue, as you can see. This was the convention center. There I am standing next to Master Chief. We have this Assassin's Creed character, Ezio. No, it's not Ezio. I don't know who it is. We have Batman, and this was so cool. As soon as you walk in, you're just greeted by these pinball machines of all kinds. You got Mandalorian, Turtles, Star Wars. Then we decided to go take a look at some video games. You can see there are some really heavy-hitting Game Boy Advance games here. We've got some good Game Boy Color games there. And then I saw these two 3000 model PSPs. I believe they were 3000 model. And we have some more Game Boy games here. I really want to pick up more Donkey Kong games on the Game Boy. And then we have these cool signs. They were so sick. As you can see, they change color. They're awesome. And here we have some more boxed, really kind of more pricey and SNES games. Donkey Kong 3, Mega Man X2. I've always wanted to try that one. And then here we have a Shrine of Zelda, just the greatest hits. There's like pretty much every different version of Ocarina of Time right there that you can see. There's, yeah, Game of the Year edition that had a variant on the box. You've got Super Metroid up there, another Majora's Mask, Smash Bros. Just nothing but heavy hitters in that crate. So right off the bat, I was like, dude, I don't have enough money, first of all, to buy anything, and second of all, they have some good stuff here. So if you know my channel, you know I'm always on the lookout for new PSP games, and this was the first booth we went to, and I wasn't exactly seeing a whole lot of PSP games, but there were a couple heavy hitters there, and then you've got a lot of heavy hitting GameCube, a lot of heavy hitting Wii games. They've got Klonoa there. They've got quite a few other anime games that looked interesting that I haven't seen before, so that was pretty cool. So it was actually at this moment that I started to recognize a couple games that I actually own, and I did not know they were this expensive. Like this Digimon World 4, I own this. It's in terrible condition, but still, that's worth a lot. And that Rocket on the N64 I also own, and it's gone up to $100, so that's kind of crazy. And I was just looking at Kirby's Dream Land. I just beat Kirby's Dream Land 3 very recently on Nintendo Switch Online. It was very fun. And at this point in the expo, I was just sort of thinking, like, man, I hope I find some good PSP stuff. And then this thing was obviously really cool. It was a fat PS2, and I don't know if you noticed the sticker there said that there were only 100,000 of them made, so that's pretty neat. They're very rare apparently. And here you've got a Super Famicom. I thought that was pretty neat. Not a bad price on it, $80, but I'm not really too interested in that console. And I had to get a shot of this beautiful Super Famicom case. I didn't open it up, but it obviously carries your Super Famicom. And I had to get a shot of the Incredible Hulk game because I've been playing that game. It's really fun. It's more like a terrorist simulator. You go around destroying everything. But it's really fun, and yes, you should play it. And here we have a PSP Go, a couple SPs, a nice jungle green N64. We've got an orange GameCube, and then we have this giant stack of beautiful GameCube games over here. I actually wish that I picked up more GameCube games, but unfortunately, I actually traded more than I picked up. But I gained some pretty cool stuff I'll show you later, and of course you had these beautiful Pokemon like rugs, but they were really pricey. Understandably, they were so beautiful, but I was too rich for my blood. I can't spend $500 on a Pokemon rug. And then we had these also really cool Pokemon, little like perfectly handcrafted, like so detailed. And you've got a Skulltula there. These were also very cool. They were plates for your sushi and your ramen, so it's like a ramen bowl coaster. Very cool. Definitely not as cool as this duel between Darth Vader and this very skilled Jedi Knight. Look at him. He might even be a Sith with those moves. I could not look away. This was too good. This duel was amazing. They had a really clean Virtual Boy there. So cool, as you can see. I don't know that I've ever seen one this close up that isn't behind a glass cage, so cool. This little booth was probably one of my favorites. You can see how cool it is. It's just based on, you know, a game room in the 90s, and it's got the Pizza Hut box there, and they had Contra plugged in, so we played a little bit of Contra, and it was just so cool to look at. And then we stumbled our way into this big room that they had that was basically a museum for a bunch of Nintendo Power magazines that just showed off the art and the concept art and just, oh my gosh, so cool, as you can see. I was floored in this room. It was just so cool. And there was this guy there that we talked to briefly that kind of gave us some cool info.
Done a lot. And or like that's half of the bulb that goes in the tank of your toilet.
Oh,
the
nice.
toilet bowl.
Wow.
And like
Resourceful.
just like PVC piping and like all sorts of like gaskets and weird shit from plumbing stuff. And
That Castlevania one's really neat too.
that's a Halloween store mask. Which was funny because when that cover came out, there was a lot of like satanic panic with like parental groups like freaking out that he's like carrying a severed head, and I'm like,
Right.
Now knowing years later that it was just a dude holding a Halloween store mask. Like how incredibly gendered all of the ads were. Like that's what's always striking to me.
Right.
Reggie, I don't have a clue where he is. He's probably still hunting for games, I don't know. Jason, or Metal Jesus Rocks, if you haven't been following his Twitter, he had 2 flight delays.
That's right, you heard him correctly. Unfortunately, Metal Jesus did not make it to the panel on time for the Friday event. But fortunately, he was able to make it on Sunday. So don't worry, we did get some footage of the Sunday panel. And I felt really bad for John Riggs here because he was just up there all by himself. And I don't know if you noticed, he said like Reggie was nowhere to be found. So this poor man was just up there doing a panel by himself, but he nailed it. And I think he did a great job. It was very quick, but I mean, I really don't blame him. He was up there all by himself.
His flight was delayed so many times, and he literally just landed here in Phoenix. So he couldn't make it to this on time, but he'll be here, and we'll make up for it for sure. So, and also, when you see him walking around, when you see me walking around, you see Reggie walking around, it's okay to, I mean, that's why we're here, bug us, you know, unless we're like, you know, walking with intent, like, towards the bathroom or something like that, I don't know. Like, it's okay to approach us. It's okay to say, hey, you know, shake a hand, you know, you'll get the fist bump from Jason for sure. That's kind of his gimmick, so. ZapCon?
Yeah, ZapCon.
I have not. Oh, but no, I haven't.
Lots of pinball. It's an arcade convention.
Yeah, I need to do more of those. Most of the conventions I attend are like this, and this one's actually one of the biggest ones. This last one here.
How do you feel about digital overtaking physical games?
I mean, there will always, unfortunately, because all the other game systems that have existed up until now take physical, so there will always be a physical collector-ness to it. So even if next generation after, eventually maybe there will be a digital only. I think there will always be people collecting the physical stuff from back. I mean, there's people still collecting Betamax. Well, there's no current media that takes Betamax, but people are still collecting Betamax, and there's people who collect VHS as well. So I think you're going to see a lot of that too. But also by those standards, you also have companies like the Evercade. That's a game system that is making physical cartridges. So I think even when inevitably it may happen, Switch, Xbox, Sony, maybe all their consoles will be digital. But I think they'll also have like some third-party companies still holding on to that dream and making whatever physical from yesteryear.
So overall, I would say Friday was pretty successful. I picked up a lot of games, and we got to see some of the John Riggs panel, so it was pretty cool. All right, so it is Sunday morning. We are getting ready to go back to the expo. We went on Friday. We skipped Saturday because I had class, and then we're going today. So I'm really excited. I bought a lot of things on Friday, and I'm bringing a backpack full of games to try to get some trades to put towards like games I want. I'm hoping to find some good PSP stuff, of course, but we'll see what they have there today. So we're gonna head out, and of course the first stop is coffee, so we're gonna go pick up some coffee. So off we went again to go to the Game On Expo on Sunday. We're about to get fueled up, get some caffeine, and at this point I was just really hoping that Metal Jesus would make it to the panel on Sunday, and as I already let you know, he did make it. Alright, round 2. Coffee round 2. I got a black and white iced macchiato with oat milk. It is delicious. And then Allie got a 24-ounce iced latte, no flavor. That's her drink. She loves just the basic lattes. And then I get the sweetest thing they have, and then I ask for like more syrup in it, basically.
You have to have energy for this, okay?
Yeah, exactly. This is not a decaf. Normally I do decaf, but we are going full-blown caffeinated today, so we need the energy. So we got our caffeine fix and we finally arrived. I found these awesome stickers here, and at the very next booth I found some PSP games, and I was going to just leave the original audio in here, but it was too loud, so here we are. I'm just going to narrate. They had Guru Min for $30. It had the clear case though, not a big deal. Warriors game, I don't know how much that one was. Johnny, way to not show us. And now we've got this stack right here. It's got Call of Duty Road to Victory, Phantasy Star Portable. This is where I said, oh, I've got to show you the price. Yep, 15. And Third Birthday, that was 45. Pretty appropriately priced, honestly. And we have a sports game. It's a basketball game. I don't know the name. And we have John Dark here. It's $30 as well with a clear case. And then I said I brought one to trade. Remember that. And then we have God Eater. We have Valkyria Chronicles. This one is $40. I thought that was actually kind of high. I didn't know it was going for that much. Wild Arms for $40. Clear case. And that was that little stack of PSP games that I sorted through, that I browsed through. I didn't end up buying anything, unfortunately. But yeah. Then I found a copy of Game & Watch Gallery 2. This one caught my eye because I own the third game, and it was $15, so I considered it, but I actually didn't pick that one up. And the Sega Nomad is still here. It was here on Friday, but this booth has sold a significant amount of inventory, so good on them. It's pretty good, cool to see, but not for me if I want games. No, they still have a fantastic selection. Ooh, Super Star Wars, 25. I need the box for that one though. Star Fox, Mario Kart, Castlevania 4 for 80. Nintendo Land. You had a copy of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, 2 copies, looks like for $30. They had Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for $15. Super Mario Galaxy 2, Splatoon, Just Dance, Epic Mickey 2, Smash. There's a lot of good Wii U stuff there. And then I spotted these 2 PSP games I don't have. Didn't end up picking them up though, unfortunately. And I just thought that was really cool. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, 55. That's tempting. And then I thought these were cool, the Luigi Wii nunchucks. And then I saw this gem laying around. This is so weird. $150 for this Genesis game. And then we have, these were just nostalgic. I had to get a shot of these. I had a lot of Bionicle toys as a kid, so those spoke to my soul. And then you have a cool Genji statue, and then you have a Goombo 2 hilarious fake game.
Still in the
riding
way.
a chain chomp.
Oh, the windfish.
Oh,
Isn't it?
yeah. The instruments surrounding him.
Ganon.
They have a lot of cool Zelda, yeah.
Oh my god.
They have Majora's Mask mouse pad, and a really cool Majora's Mask back there. You have a sick Skyward Sword.
Oh,
I like that, yeah.
And her brother. That guy.
Big Zora man.
What is his name?
Something Fishman.
Scion?
I play him. Oh yeah, I think it is.
No.
Something like that. I play him on Hyrule Warriors a lot. I play as him, and I don't.
Sidon.
Sidon, yeah. Yep.
Oh my.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Okami.
Oh. Look at her face is perfect. It's so mischievous.
Yeah. Got the little grin. Look at this Nintendo Power Glove. Very cool. These were neat. They were more of these like pizza trays. J.R.R. Tolkien, Surfer Boy Pizza, Dungeons and Dragons. This awesome Samus poster. I had to get a shot of that. Well, another fun thing we're going to do is we're going to see Metal Jesus Rocks on the panel. That's like in a couple hours. So,
very excited.
Can you tell at all how excited I was to see Metal Jesus Rocks at this point? Yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we've just seen a lot of people, a lot of cool people. I've seen Retro Rick. I've seen Phoenix Resale, like walked right behind me and was like filming, and I didn't know who it was. And she was like, Allie's like, Phoenix Resale. Yeah, we're gonna be in that video. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, now we are looking for a bathroom over there, babe. This way. Oh my God, Mega Man. They had some really good cosplayers there. This was obviously really cool. Mega Man costume, and you've got these guys. I'm not even sure, is this a Resident Evil thing? I wasn't sure, but they were cool. And then you had a wall of pops and a ton of manga, I think it's manga, a lot of awesome keychains. And then you have this very, very cool Genshin Impact gachapon machine. And then I walked over to this booth to check out some games. They had some pretty cool stuff at this one. And then you had this guy that had a really cool setup. He had an SNES Classic strapped to his back right there. I got a close-up shot of it. And then he had a camera at the top. That blue round thing is a camera that live streams everything. And then he had a tablet on his chest that the SNES was hooked up to. So you could just play like Punch-Out or something, and while you're playing, you'd be live streamed. It was so cool.
What's up, man? You're all into it. I'm about to die. Get him out of here. It's over. They died. Is Reggie? I was just about to text you before we got here.
All right, so we just got some selfies, and now I'm seeing Pixel Gaming Squad over there, so I might want to go talk to them and get some selfies maybe. So this was just crazy. I ran into Reggie and Metal Jesus Rocks, and then I ran into the Pixel Game Squad like right after them. I was just really, dude, I was like, man, this is awesome. Seeing all these YouTubers I watch on a regular basis. It was really cool. And they were all really friendly and just awesome about, giving a selfie out, and it was really cool. But anyway, the panel was actually later that night, as mentioned, and as also mentioned, I did record it, so I just didn't want to add the whole thing to this video because it would be a billion years long, so I am going to upload it separately, so go check that out on my channel. So I think I will close this video up with a couple clips from the Metal Jesus panel, and then I will show you some of the pickups I got from the expo.
I present to you Radical Reggie and Metal Jesus. Give it up, guys.
Yeah. Just pick up anything? Did I pick up anything? It's a pickups video. Yeah. We were just talking about this. There will be a pickups video for sure. We just recently shot 2 pickups videos. So this one will probably come out in maybe October or November, something like that. Right. So I'm going for a complete PSP collection. And that is becoming more and more challenging as it goes along because a lot of vendors don't bring PSP games because maybe not a lot of people are looking for that compared to other systems. And so I picked up I think 12 PSP games while I was here. Wow. And the titles range from kind of interesting to really not that interesting because I already have a lot of the big hitters for that system, thankfully, and because I've been collecting since it came out pretty much. It was only recently I decided that, I want to try to complete it. And so it ranges from like licensed Disney games to like there's a poker game in there, or a pool game, and a couple tactics and stuff like that. So, and I'm a a little over 400 games, so I'm like 412 or something like that. So.
And to complete the set is like 600 or something?
I think, yeah, there's like 600 and something games total. Although, you know, like every system, that kind of changes a little bit because you can get into like the greatest hits versions. And then if you look at the Japanese PSP games, it gets crazy even from there. So, which I'm not going for, but I will pick up some of the more interesting imports. Like Ridge Racer 2 came out. It didn't come out here. It came out in physical, like in PAL territories. Yeah. So that's one of them that I have as well.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Also, too, the thing I really appreciate about Reggie is that he goes for if he's really passionate about a specific JRPG or RPG, he will almost never get like the standard edition, you know, like his Ease collection or Star Ocean collection. It's always like the bigger, best version of it, which I think is pretty cool. You know, I find things to hunt for. Again, PSP. You know, most people don't care, and so it's great that I get to show up at these expos, and that'll be the thing I'll focus on while everybody's looking at the shiny thing that's really expensive. I'm looking for the $10 PSP games. That's really fun. Also, again, I'm a big box PC game collector. Most people don't care. Where it is really fun. Like there's a guy here today, I told him on first day I got here, I'm like, I'll be back on Sunday if this isn't sold. I want this game, you know. It's a little bit on the pricey side, so if it's there, it's meant to be, you know. That said, though, Reggie and I play games all the time. People always ask us, like, how do you find time to play games? Well, I'm not into sports. I don't have cable television. I play games and I listen to music. That's what I do. Oh, Stray? Yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack's fantastic. So are you guys familiar with this? It's a newer game that came out. It's basically like a post-apocalyptic cat simulator.
Quick question. Have you played it at home? At your house? Or are you playing it like...
So I bought the physical on PS5, but it's not shipped yet. So I'm playing on Steam. And so I'm playing it on my Steam Deck.
Okay, because I see a lot of videos where people are playing that game on their television and their cats are like watching it with them.
Oh, yeah. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I do have a cat.
I was supposed to upload a video this weekend. I was trying to create the thumbnail. I just couldn't get it right, so I just kind of...
Part of it's because his phone is so damn old. I tease him about it. I'm like, Reggie, what iPhone do you have? I'm calling you out.
It's an iPhone 5.
I don't know. And what's hilarious about it too, so I'm calling you out. Because I tease him about it. It's that really small display, and he's got the brightness turned all the way down. Why? Because the battery lasts 15 minutes. And so he's always tethered to like the wall, you know, everywhere he goes.
You know what's funny? So I went to a vendor and I bought an item and I came back and he said, "Oh, it's the guy with the small iPhone." Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So there you have it. They did an amazing panel, and I couldn't be happier with that day. It was so fun. This was the first expo I had been to since like way before COVID, so it was great to get back out to one of these, and let's take a look at my pickups. All right, we are back at home. I'm really excited to show you everything we picked up. We got some cool art, we got some cool games, so let's go take a look. We got some, so what these are is they're like ramen bowl like holders. They're like basically like a coaster for any bowl of like ramen or soup you want to have. They're hand wash only because they're obviously pretty delicate. But yeah, Totoro ramen. We got fat cat noodles and more. This is a sushi plate, so you put your sushi on it with Meowth and Magikarp. And we have a Zidane like hand-drawn picture, so sick. And then of course I had to have my Majora's Mask. I'm just obsessed with this thing for some reason. I really want to get my tattoo filled in that color. This would be the color model I would probably go off of if I had it filled in with color, my tattoo, and just tell them like, yo, slap that on my arm with the color on that like that, because that looks so sick. Okay, don't mind the coffee. I'm sorry, it is in the morning when I'm filming this. Gotta have my coffee. We bought these awesome coasters. We love our coasters, and these were like from the same booth that we got the Zidane hand-drawn Zidane picture. So awesome, Yoshi's So I just thought I would lay out some business cards of some of the businesses at the con. This isn't a paid promotion, but just more like me just telling you, go check these people out. Just Google them. All those were awesome. All right, moving on. I found this sick Zelda tin, and guess what's inside? We have a awesome, yet again, Majora's Mask. The second I saw this, I knew I was getting it for sure. So that was a no-brainer. It was like 15 bucks too, not too bad. Okay, now on to the fun stuff. We got the video games. This is what I brought. I actually ended up trading in that John Dark from earlier that I showed you. I ended up not trading in Platinum because I couldn't do it. So I'm happy about that. I still have this. This one, nobody really seemed to want it. It had Sunshine in there. I'm not sure why nobody took the bait on that one, but it's all good. I was kind of glad, honestly. I might actually try this one. And Sunshine is obviously, not that I can, it's only the case, but Sunshine is in there, and Mario Sunshine is a great game to have. So we have Dragon Ball Z Sagas that's in there. And now we have the fun new stuff. So let's check it out. We have Destroy All Humans 2 on the PS2. We have Diablo 3 on the 360. We have The Force Unleashed on the DS. The Incredible Hulk on the DS. Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass on DS. And we had Siphon Filter 2 for the PlayStation 1, Greatest Hits. And the most minty clean copy I've ever seen of Dante's Inferno Divine Edition. That was part of the reason that I was sold on it. It is, look at that, like the manual, the disc, everything is super clean. That's why I got it. And now we have, that was not a new pickup, my bad. We have this one, Donkey Kong Country 3. Unfortunately, I tried this out on my DS the night we got home, and it's not taking saves, so it needs a new battery apparently. So hopefully I can repair that. This one is probably like the prize of the pack, whatever. That's not even a thing. This is my favorite that I've ended up picking up. Prinny, Can I Really Be the Hero? It's a big box edition for the PSP, obviously. And it has the OST, original soundtrack, and a very minty copy with the manual of the game. And it's really cool. I was so happy to find this. I ended up trading Mario Kart Double Dash and that sealed Naruto game for this. So I thought that was an excellent deal. Two games that I mean, I wanted Double Dash, but I brought it to trade. I'll get it sometime, but I thought that was a great deal. Okay, moving on. We have Frogger Helmet Chaos. I played this one last night. It was pretty fun, actually. Like a 4-player battle mode where like you play tag with other different colored Froggers and stuff, and then there's this classic version. So yeah, I was really happy. I don't think I've ever seen Frogger Helmet Chaos on the PSP, and I popped it in last night, and I was like, this isn't bad. I'm happy with this purchase. It was $5. Hell yeah. I got Phantasy Star Portable. This one is in Japanese. I have the English version, but this was a really clean copy as well, as you can see. I did pay $10 for it, and yeah, I just had to get it. Another awesome pickup. Very clean. Look at that. So clean. Metal Slug Anthology. I've been curious about the Metal Slug games, and this was just chilling there. And I turned it around, and I'm like, okay, 7 games in one. Yes, please. Look at all those. Boom, 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 boom. Metal Slug 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 games on here. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. I just bought that outright for $30. So we have The Legend of Heroes in Japanese, obviously. Just looked really cool, and again, very clean copy. And it just looked neat. Kind of looks like Final Fantasy Crisis Core, the train, a little bit there. So after playing this game called Nayuta no Kiseki, the makers of that game also made these games, Falcom, and I guess that's what kind of caught my eye and said, you know, maybe these are worth picking up. So they're a little bit of a blind buy. I don't know anything about these really. And the reason I was saying these is because I bought 2 of them. So here is the second one. Just the artwork, it just looked so cool. I was like, man, you know what? I can play this with Allie, and hopefully she can translate as much as she can. while I play. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, Legend of Heroes, Japanese version. Very cool. Next we have Bubble Bobble Evolution. I know next to nothing about this one, but I was like, I need to add a Bubble Bobble game to the collection. Bub and Bob have evolved, hence the evolution. So we'll check it out, see if it's any good. And this one, I feel like I'd make Metal Jesus proud. He's pretty much the only reason I picked this up. I almost passed it up, and I'm like, hold on. Metal Jesus always like goes on and on and on about how great the SSX games are on the PS2, I believe. And I was like, oh. And on top of that, I turned it around and I looked at like the snowboarding, and I thought back to when I played Ape Escape, and that crappy snowboarding mini game just made me hate snowboarding. So I was like, I need to play a proper snowboarding game, please and thank you. So hopefully this does the job. It looks really cool. I will verify that and let you know how this game is. Next up we have Rainbow Islands Evolution. Again, I don't know why everything needs to have evolution in the title, but apparently everything I pick up has that. So this one I was inspired, Reggie also inspired me, Radical Reggie. You know, he talks about this game quite a bit, and I don't know if I've heard him talk about the one version on the PSP, but I saw it there sealed. This is brand new sealed, and I was like, yes, I am gonna do it. So I picked that up. We'll see how it is. So it's a side-scrolling game. It seems really colorful and fun, so I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. And I'm actually glad this one's last because I really love it. It is Death Jr. 2 Root of Evil, and I say I love it, but I've actually never played it. I think really what I meant was I'm really glad to have it because I played and reviewed the first game way back in the day and have wanted this one ever since, and it's just sort of eluded me. So yeah, I'm super happy I picked this one up as well. So, oh man, I had such a good time at this expo. It was a magical thing. Like, I was so happy with all the deals I got for the most part, and it's not all about the deals, it's just about going and having fun anyway, and the excitement of seeing like the YouTubers and just spending time and playing some games and playing some pinball. Yeah, it was just an amazing event. When it ended, I just felt like, you know, it was just like a sad moment. It was just like, man, I don't want this to end. I can't wait till next year. I am definitely going 100%. This blew my mind.